they did have a confrontation between the three of them, in which one part of them said, yes, they took Natalie from Carlos and Charlie's to his apartment. The other one denies that. So that he was in his apartment, we believe with relative certainty.
There's some
that anything happened to her while there, we don't know. From there, they went to the beach to the north of the Marriott Hotel.
There's some discussion and some, again, cable news reporting about searches in some dune area. Can you tell us about that?
No, they went there. They were there yesterday. We passed on the news because a friend of mine was driving around in that area, and he saw the two vans with the dogs, and these forensic people walking around for a while. They were there for about 30 minutes to 45 minutes, and then they left. When I sent the reporter over, he met the two vans coming from outside of that area, but when he got there, they had already gone. I think they were scouting the area. They were familiarizing themselves with the area for any possible future searches that they would want to make while here in Aruba.
Have you heard any rumors of pending arrests or any of the evidence that they've seized as far as a timetable as when results may come forward?
No, none whatsoever. I mean, we have heard of no pending arrests at this time. It may come in the next few days or the next week, depending on what they find, and if whatever they find conforms to the conclusions that they arrived at while studying and reviewing this whole case.
You mentioned earlier about evidence that was taken earlier on in the investigation, and we never did find out the results. There was some evidence that was located by private investigators, a belt, for example, and some other things that was turned over to the police, but we've never heard anything more about that. Do you have any information about any evidence that they're actually looking for at this time, or some of the old evidence that may have been analyzed by this new team?
You know, the old evidence also went the same route as all those bags that they took from Joran's apartment. They were taken to Holland. We've never heard anything more about the belt. Art Wood was the man that discovered the belt in that area behind the lighthouse. We haven't heard anything more about those, or a human bone that was found on the north coast, or some other stuff that was given over to the police, sent to Holland, and we haven't heard anything anymore about any of these evidences.
Now that the new search is in full swing, the media presence must be increasing. What are the locals saying about the case now being wide open in the public again?
Well, they're very interested in this. I mean, the local population is very interested. They're slightly excited about what's going on, and they want the answers as much as we do. They want this case to be over with, but solved. We don't just want it to be over with by closing it as a cold case. No, we want answers.
Some of the pundits on the cable news shows, Jossy, are saying this is only a stunt by the Dutch government to finally put closure to this case and eliminate Joran van der Sloot as a suspect. Could you comment on that?
I don't think that is near the truth. If that were the case, why would they send such a highly powerful team of forensic experts? They could have just sent 2 or 3 people here, make a show, present some kind of a search or investigation and all of that. But these people came here with full force. They came here with dogs. They came here with sophisticated equipment. This is an expensive operation on the part of the Dutch government. I don't think this is a show.
What are you hearing about the response of Paulus van der Sloot? I know he's done a press interview. From what I've seen, he looks pretty nervous to me.
Well, anyone would be in his position, I would imagine, because here they are searching his home, which is something they have never done before because it was blocked. The former team was only allowed to go into Joran's apartment, and here he finds himself with a whole bunch of, real experts in the field, looking all over his place, taking samples here and there, getting into his house, taking out items. I think he should feel nervous.
Where is Joran?
He's in Holland. He's studying at the university.
Have you, Jossy, and I know you keep getting asked the same questions over and over again when it comes to this case, but do you think that now there is a concerted effort by the Dutch government by sending all of these investigators Is this a case of being too little, too late, or we may finally get some answers here just before I let you go?
I don't think it's too little. I think it is a little late. 2 years afterward. But I think they're doing their best now. They're sending their best people. Look, these people are used to handling or studying very difficult and very problematic cases in Holland with a relative acceptable success rate. So there's nothing on the table that tells me, at least, that they can't be successful here too. Especially since they came here, they are looking for evidence to back up whatever conclusions they arrived at in Holland. Reason why they went to the main suspect's home before anywhere else. I think they know exactly what they're doing, what they're looking for.
Have your sources or your reporters told you, Jossy, how long the search will go on?
No, they haven't, but we see that they are established here, and they will be here at least for the next few days.
How have you been? I know it's been one exciting thing after the other. Your problems with the government to censorship of your paper, or at least the attempted censorship. What's been going on with you? Have you been going okay?
Oh, yeah, we're doing fine. We have to send the government a letter of gratitude because instead of losing people reading our paper, subscriptions and all of that, we've gotten at least an average of 10 to 15 a day, new ones.
And this is all about the truth, is it not, Jossy?
This is all about that, yes.
And if you had a message to pass on to Dave Holloway or Beth?
I would tell them that let's be a little patient because we think that on this occasion at least, these people are very serious in what they do. They're very knowledgeable in their field. And they came here with a set purpose in mind. They're looking for pertinent information to back up whatever conclusions they arrived at in Holland. I would be slightly optimistic in this case.
Thanks, Jossy. I appreciate you coming on, and I'll stay in touch because I'm sure we'll have more to report on this soon.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Bye-bye.